Hello, this is Pastor Chris Wilson from St. Andrew Christian Church. I'm here to talk about sermon this coming Sunday. It will be December the 10th, the second Sunday of Advent. Special thank you to Denise for preaching on the first Sunday of Advent last week. We introduced the theme of God's dream of peace. And Denise talked about the sub-theme of peace with ourselves. And the theme for this week is peace with God. One of the things we find in the song that Mary sings, part 2, I would say, of that song, is Mary's acknowledgement of God's activity in the world. We'll look at 2 verses out of that song that Mary sings. It's, "For the Mighty One has done great things for me, and holy is God's name. God's mercy is for those who fear him from generation to generation." So Mary is aware that God is somehow active in what's unfolding. One of the biggest challenges for us today is, how do we determine if God is active or not, or is God active at all in the world? There are some people that feel like God created and hands off and God's not really doing anything in the world. And there's others that think God is intimately involved in every single thing that happens. And then there are others that are kind of in between some of that. But Mary acknowledges, this thing has happened to me, and it's more than just something that I did. So somehow God is involved in that in some way. And so the theme this week, as we think of God's dream of peace, is the recognition and acknowledgement that God is active in the world, that God is not passive with creation. The Creator doesn't just create and say, good luck. The Creator continues to be a participant in the unfolding of things that happen in our world and our universe. And so this week we will explore in this God's dream of peace the role that God plays and how important our reliance and God's intentions for creation are in the unfolding of things we want to see happen in the world. So I hope you'll join us on Sunday as we continue down this path of God's dream of peace. Second Sunday, we'll have the lighting of the peace candle. We have some beautiful music that is planned for worship. We had such a good start to the season. I hope you'll come and be a part of creating this constant energy, this growing energy of this, what I call active waiting, that we are a participant in the waiting process as we celebrate this upcoming acknowledgement of Christ's birth, but ways that we continue to live out the celebration of that birth in the here and now. So I hope you'll come join us on Sunday this week at St. Andrew.